All right, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. Um, Happy Saturday. Hi, friends. Kind of a quick call today on like planning out the rest of the month, and I wanted to kind of just share some ideas, especially since we are going to be doing a team-wide health bet for the month of March, on what to expect and how to utilize that, and kind of move into like recruitment mode for that for the next couple weeks. So before we dive into that, I have leaderboards to share, and then wanted to just check in with everybody and see if anybody had anything they wanted to share this week, any victories, any questions, anything like that, and any like exciting things, or things that you're struggling with. If you want to bring to the call, we can do that right now. And I'm going to pull up the leaderboards. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about this week?
I always just have I'm still learning. I'm figuring out the best way to talk to people like through Instagram and stuff that, just are posting likes and things like that, and the best way to engage with them. I guess that's probably my hardest thing that I'm struggling with at this point. So any thoughts? I'm all ears.
You kind of cut out a little bit on the beginning. I didn't hear everything that you said. Sorry, girl.
No, that's okay. Am I talking clearly now?
Yeah.
Probably one of my biggest struggles are people like on Instagram that I don't know that are just liking things at this point, and how the best way is to engage with them, and without throwing it out there and sounding like, hey, come buy something.
Right.
What's the best way to talk to them and get them involved and interested in joining?
Yeah, I think, just starting to kind of build that relationship, like going into their profile and like going into like their posts and liking and commenting on their posts and like letting them know that you're paying attention, I think is important. Asking them questions, like showing interest in their life. And I don't spend a ton of time doing that. I mean, just minutes a day, where I'm just, sending a quick couple engaging comments or messages and stuff. If they're popping up in stories, usually just a simple like, I see you're in my stories. I just wanted to say, hey, like, nice to connect on here. And if it's somebody that I don't know, obviously, like, I'm just asking them, like, I'm not sure how we got connected. Do you know? And thanks for following my page. Like, I'm looking forward to getting to know you. I'm a mom. This is what I do. I help women, however you want to word that. But usually it's just something about like encouraging one another and have a really awesome community. If that's ever something you'd be interested in doing or joining, I would love to send you more information. And then, just kind of not a copy paste, but kind of just a repeated version of that kind of over and over again. And then just kind of like keeping a note of, and usually when you're like following somebody and you're like liking and commenting on their posts, you're going to see them pop up in your feed a lot more. So I don't tend to like keep a running list of people that I'm engaging with on Instagram, unless it's somebody that I think like would be a good potential coach, or maybe I've invited in the past, or, they've continually liked my stuff. But you might notice that too, like people that are paying attention to you, you're going to start seeing their stuff in your feed a lot more because they're interested in you. So the algorithm kind of like reciprocates that.
Gotcha.
And I've noticed that too. Like this girl that I never saw her stuff, she started popping up in my feed the last couple weeks, and I'm like, oh, like, and I was like liking some of her posts and stuff, and sure enough, she messaged me the other night and she was like, okay, I need help, like, tell me, what do I need to do? And I'm like, oh, like, your shit is like, popping up in my feed, and it's for a reason. So because she's obviously been like following my posts and liking my posts. So
sorry, my little 3-year-old's talking in my ear. I'm listening. I was just like, I think
just and then you know, the more that you do that, you know, the more that it just kind of becomes second nature and the more that it becomes comfortable and stuff. But there's still days that I'm like, I feel like a weirdo, like sending somebody a message, like,
Yeah.
but I think that's normal stuff.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're killing it, girl. You're doing awesome.
Trying. Buddy, we're not doing gushers at 9 in the morning.
Come on,
Find
Mom.
something else that's not like candy at 9 o'clock.
Does anybody have anything else they want to share? Any victories? Any? Pull up the.
Have it on the counter, you can have it later, but not right now.
So this week.
Oh, I was gonna share real fast.
Yeah.
So Ashley and I talked about it a little bit. Ashley Roberts and I talked about it a little bit yesterday. Noticed a big difference this time around with Diamond in the pay increase. So what I was consistently like making per paycheck has tripled, even or more, and since going Diamond. And so, you know, that's your team bonuses, that's your cycle bonuses. Sorry, Eric's working out if you can hear him. That's your team bonuses and your cycle bonuses. And Ashley probably understands it way more than me. But I feel like that has been a huge victory because I spent so much of 2019 figuring out what I wanted and doing a lot of personal development in order to do that. And so 2019 was kind of a standard. So I spent a lot of time in the last quarter of 2019, like reflecting of what do I want? What do I really moving forward? I still am not certain if this is ever anything that I want to quit my job over, but I also know I want a healthier lifestyle with finances and money. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that we're stable with our cash. So that was one thing that I wanted to share was that going Diamond isn't just going Diamond. Like there's a lot of financial benefit that goes to it. And you're still able to be a hobby coach. You're still able to do it for fun and still be Diamond and get that piece of it out. And so that is the point of if you want to recruit or if you want to have some of those discount coaches bring on a friend. You know, my whole thing, and Ashley Hecker and I talked about this, was if you're ordering more than just Shakeology, that's when you sign up your husband, because you're gonna put everything else under him or your mom or your sister or whoever, and you're gonna filter your orders through them. So you're earning the cash, they're earning the cash, and so it's this, you know, it is that whole line. And again, I don't speak it well, but that is where the benefit is of having someone under you. Is if you're ordering more than Shakeology, they're going to get the discount. You're still going to get your product, and you're going to get the volume from it. Did I explain that in my own terms, Ashley? Because
yeah,
I don't know. That has been what I've noticed the most is my income has tripled, which is huge in a month. And my income isn't a huge income, but it has tripled. When you
So what you're saying is, you're saying I need to sign up Bill Levine.
Well, I mean, if you order more than Shakeology,
Ah!
I mean, it's a win-win for everyone. Like, you're still getting your discount and you're still getting your product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're going to get.
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, like if you know, like there's two ways that people do this business. Like you can do this business as, you know, just like a legit, like little side hustle. Or you can, you know, come, and for me, that was like what it was for like the first year and a half. Like I was like, cool, like I'm, you know, trying to just do my thing or whatever. And then it was like, okay, you know what, like there is potential like income to be made. And I never came into this business because I wanted to make 6 figures and like recruit a big fancy team. I came into this business because I love the community. And I began to see the business side of things. And it was like, well, yeah, it makes sense to sign up my husband. Yeah, it makes sense to have a double funnel of income coming in for both of us, to have him sign up as a coach. And, you know, when I had like extra people, I could place them under him, so it would continue to build his volume and continue to keep him at Emerald. And not only would that help further my goal, but it would further both of our income. So that was kind of a perk, having him signed up, that I, you know, and to get him to Emerald. But, you know, we're both getting the discount. I'm ordering Shakeology through me only. I think Collagen just went through. But through him, it's like the performance line and Daily Sunshine and Beach Bars, you know, and Energize, you know, whatever. So then I'm also getting that volume and he's getting that discount, and he's also former military. So that is a nice little benefit too. But all that volume that comes through him as well, like his paycheck this last week was $59. Oh, well, big whoop, you know, like, but at the same time, I'm like, that pays for his performance line. And that's 1 week of a paycheck, you know, and he averages between $200 to $500 a month that comes through his account. And that's initially, when it was like a $14 paycheck, or, you know, $14 a month, I was like, I don't see the benefit to this. But as it's continued to build, and there's been weeks that he's capped out his income at $250 as an Emerald coach. And I'm like, okay, now I need to get him to Diamond. Like now, you know, because I just, again, not for the income, but like when you cap out your income, you're like, oh crap, like I don't want to be capped on that. And I think, you know, that was kind of something that Sarah was talking about, we were talking about yesterday, was that like, she's like, whoa, I didn't see that this was going to be that significant of a change, but like it is. And it's nice to have that little extra. And it's nice to be like, look what I did, you know, I'm a badass, I'm doing it. But yeah, I mean, and that's, Caitlin, that's something you and I can kind of talk about too on the side, if, you know, if it's a good business decision for you guys or not. But yeah, I think initially, if you are like just starting out, you're ordering a bunch of things underneath you, it is more sensible to sign up your spouse, because then you're getting the SC points, you're getting the volume, they're getting the discount, you're getting a commission from signing them up. So it's like, you know, it costs basically less than $100 to sign up your spouse.
Better to keep yourself just doing like basic Shakeology, and everything else is more beneficial to have under them. I'm just
I mean, as long as you keep yourself active at 90 PV every month. So I've always just ordered Shakeology under my account.
Yeah.
And we had been ordering, you know, other things. And the first few months that I was a coach, I didn't sign up my husband until like, I want to say it was like December 31st. I signed up as a coach in September, and finally in December, like Deidre was like shaking me and was like, why are you not signing up your husband? Like you are ordering all these things, like you could. And I'm like, oh, I just didn't even realize it. Like paying for things out of pocket for my husband and not having him sign up as a coach. So it just made sense for us to do it. And then it was like my husband, and then I think my mom signed up right away too. So that was like what got me to Emerald. But yeah, the extra little income is nice. So there's a couple, and you can Google them, find them on YouTube, Rob and Chelsea Pearson, who they were both single, met at a Beachbody event. They were both coaches. And I think he ended up canceling his account and then signing up underneath her, like underneath the tip top of her weak leg or whatever. And then she built a business and he built a business, and they've both built 7-figure businesses, but her income has like quadrupled because he's built under, I don't know, like, you know what I'm trying to say, like, yeah. But anyway, them as a couple, like, have built this massive business by just continuing to build their downline. And they have some really great like leadership training type stuff on that in YouTube. I think I've probably shared some of their videos in the past, but talking about building your spouse account and like the importance of that, because it helps advance your business and then further your income and stuff as well.
One last question on that, if you don't mind. When you do that, how does that work? Because obviously when somebody signs up, they want, like, say it's somebody that knows me, but you're putting them under your husband's account. Does that like bother people because then they see that the coach is Josh, not Ashley?
I don't think so. I usually just tell people like, just like I work my husband's business, but I also build my husband's business center. And I just tell them like, I'm still your coach. Like, even though it says that's who you're signed up under, I'm still the one that's coaching you. Like my husband is I am the face of the business. My husband is I will turn in all the tax receipts. Like,
Yes, got it.
So.
Which is the same thing I do. Like Julie was under Eric. And so I'm just, like I just say, you know, it's gonna say Erica is your coach. Don't worry, it's still me. It's just, you know, I run his business, and just from a business standpoint, it'll say your coach. But yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
Okay.
So like, Ashley, if you like, we still have half the month left. Like, you are killing it, girlfriend, at SC14. And you have a bunch of coaches signed up. Like, if you are continually signing coaches, like, it may make sense for you to put them underneath your husband and get your husband to Emerald, because that will help further you
Right.
toward your next goal of Diamond.
Yeah, well, you have to get to what Ruby next is, right? Is that?
Well, a lot of people just bypass Ruby because
I guess I'm still learning the hierarchy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think Ruby is 2 and 2, and then 1 Emerald, and then Diamond is 4 and 4. So if you have Emeralds on each and you're already at your 4 and 4.
So it jumps.
I've never been Ruby, but when I was
Yeah.
Diamond, I got recognized as Ruby and Diamond.
Okay.
Like I hit
Yeah.
it at the same time, because really discount coaches are easy. It's that, you know, finding someone like you have Josh who could put people under, but
Right.
finding someone else who's like, I want to sign up my friend.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, what was kind of a struggle for me early on was like, I was like, I suck as a leader. I don't know how to build a team. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm brand new to all this Beachbody stuff. How am I even going to recruit coaches? What am I going to do with them? How am I going to train them? Where am I going to put, you know, like I had all these questions, and it like hindered my ability to like think outside of the box and think, you know what, like it doesn't matter if I have the perfect training or the perfect this, or, you know, this fancy system, or, you know, 100 categorized YouTube videos and tabs. Like, I'm basically just showing somebody like, this is what I do. Like, I just talk to people, and like, I post my workouts, and like, I sign up as a coach for the discount. Like, you should do the same, you know? And like, if you have a challenger who's like killing it and they're ordering Shakeology every month and they're not signed up as a coach, like that was kind of my first thing. Like, no, just sign up as a coach. Like, you'll get the discount. Yeah. And you don't have to coach, but if you are working out all the time and your sister's like, dude, what are you doing? I want to do that. Then sign her up as a coach too, you know, like, and then everybody benefits. So I think that was kind of the initial, like, oh, like I don't have to be a 15-star, you know, fancy leader. Like, I just am doing these things. I'm going to come back to it later. So yeah, so that was kind of, and there are so many, like we have a team training in our team page. I don't know what Sarah has in her team page. We have all these fancy documents, you know, that you can use and utilize, and it's like a free for all for what anybody wants to use, you know? And I think like, as far as like getting new coaches started, I think it's just a conversation, you know, like, and I think that, you know, they're not signing up because they want Melanie Mitro's training. They're signing up because you've inspired them. You know, they're signing up with you because they've seen you and they're inspired by you. And, you know, so I think like for me, that was something that I had to like get out of my own way, because I was like, oh, well, I don't have Melanie's training, or I don't have, you know, Patrick's, you know, skill, and I can't talk on a video like, you know, Ashley Molstad does. And like, I don't have 50, 100,000 followers, like, but they didn't my followers don't care. They don't, first off, my followers probably don't even know half those people. Like the only reason why I know them is because I'm a Beachbody coach and I see their videos pop up in the Beachbody page, you know, like they're following me for me and they want my content and they want my support. And however that means. And I've literally created every single kind of training possible and reinvented the wheel about 20 times in the first year and a half, 2 years of my business. And I wasted so much time doing that when I could have just been like being myself and like recruiting people how I recruit them by having a conversation with them, you know?
That makes me feel better.
Yeah. And I still like, I second guess myself every day. Like, I'm like, man, should I do more? Do I do enough? Am I doing enough of this? Like, and that's just leadership. Like, it's just, you know, you want the best for your people and you want to see people succeed. And I think that's what is so hard sometimes. And with challengers too, like everything's here. Like, I don't understand, like, just do the things, you know, like if you just show up and, you know, like it's really challenging, but that's why
there's been a few really hard no's this week. Not like hard, like I won't do it ever, but like that you could tell they would like to and they could do it, but they just aren't at the mental state where they want to push the button. And it's like, yeah. I promise it works.
Right. I know. And I think that's what's so hard sometimes is that people have to figure it out for themselves and you can't do it for them. But we just continue to show up and be the support and let them know we're here for them when they're ready. Amanda said she's had 11 weeks of a consistent paycheck. Yeah, girl, that's big. Congrats, lady. Anybody else have any victories from the week? I'm gonna just pull up leaderboards real quick. Screen share, Hot Mess Express, my desktop. So this is cool because we almost doubled from, I think we were at 10 lives changed last week and we're at 19 this week, and that's awesome. And Caitlin, shouting out Caitlin as our coach of the week, girlfriend, coming in at SE4 and some pretty nice PV on there, and she's just been rocking it. I just love your stories, Caitlin. Like, I just love just listening to your stories and like I mean, I don't know, I think when we first talked, like Caitlin is just like a no BS, like, and I just love your personality and like we just totally connect over so many things, and like there's so many things that she'll say in her stories and I'm like, yes, I just said that. Like, it's just really fun. Like,
thanks, man. Thanks for having me on the team. I love y'all.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is a good week. This is a good month. I think, you know, the extra bonus of like Team Cup is kind of cool because, you know, I mean, it just takes us a little bit out of our comfort zone to just say, you know what, like, I'm going to just push a little harder this week. Like, I'm going to just, instead of like letting people come to me, like, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone a little bit and find people that want it. And like, I posted in our Team Cup page last night, just a couple little messages that I had sent yesterday from people that had liked my post. And I mean, legit, like a simple, like, hey, I saw you love my post. Like, thanks for the love. If you're ever interested in doing this, I'd love to send you more information. And like a response like that, that's like, oh yeah, sure, tell me more. Or yeah, this sounds great. Like, that's exactly the kind of response I want. And it could turn into something, it could turn into nothing, but like creating that interest is what's so important. And putting yourself out there and like putting that, planting that seed, I think is what's key, because that when that person is ready, they're going to come back to you and they're going to say, okay, you know what? I want to come take a look when I'm done. Okay.
And then I made an RV. So cool.
But yeah, I think that's what's so important is that we plant that seed, and even if they're not ready to sign up on day one, they may come around on day 31 or they may come around on day 201 and say, okay, you know, I think I'm finally ready. But they, you know, and they'll continue to watch and we build that trust. And there's no better way to do it than just being ourselves and showing up. And kind of like I said, I kind of went on a rampage in the team page the other day of, you know, fire and passion about like, oh my gosh, like we just do the things. Like, we don't have to do 50 things perfectly. We do 4 things consistently, and that's it. Like, we show up, we be proof the product works. We do the vitals. We, you know, have conversations with people, and we plug ourselves into some good PD, and that's it. I mean, there's no fancy magic formula. So real quick, I'm just going to dive into to planning out the next couple weeks for, hold on just a second, let me shut this door, guys. So March 1st is a Sunday, and we've done several health bets in the past. And if you're new to the health bet thing, I'll kind of give a rundown real quick, and I will share some stuff in the team page this week with kind of what to expect. If you could probably search in the team page, health bet, and there's probably a document in there already. I know I have one in my Google Docs. But we just usually do a $10 buy-in for anyone who's using On Demand and Beachbody Performance. I typically, if they buy a new challenge pack specifically for the health bet, I usually waive their $10 and I put $10 in for them. But you don't have to do that. Or, you know, you can say for the next 3 people that sign up, I'm going to waive your $10 buy-in. But people are pretty, like, if there's money involved and people like have some weight loss goals or fat loss goals or whatever it is, like, they're pretty quick to say, yep, sign me up, like, here's $10 PayPal. And we usually, there's like usually 1 or 2 of us that will do the PayPal, and we'll just have people PayPal us. We put everything in a Google Doc, and then we just keep track of who's paid, how much. For people that are like only using BOD, I typically do a $20 buy-in if they're not doing Shakeology or Performance. But I think, I don't know, we'll probably hash it out this week and figure out. But I think a $10 buy-in is usually pretty fair for everybody across the board. And if they've bought a new challenge pack, I don't think they typically have a problem with putting $10 in the pot. We've had it before where the pot has gotten up to almost $1,000, I think. And we've had like, we usually do 70% of the pot goes to the person with the most percentage body weight lost. So that way it just keeps it fair. So that way you don't have, you know, if somebody loses 20 pounds versus somebody that loses 5 pounds, like, it just depends on your body composition, because we know that it's challenging to lose weight regardless. Anyway, so we tally it up. We just focus on working people through a program, being consistent, better nutrition, same thing that we do for all of our challenge groups. And we kind of do little mini challenges and, you know, just try to up the ante there with having that pot, cash pot. And then at the end, we calculate and then we do a payout. So we'll probably do a payout on the 1st or the 2nd of April, because the 31st is on a Tuesday. So and then we'll just split the pot, do a payout. We usually do a like best overall transformation where like people, if they want to share their before and after pictures, we'll have like the whole group vote on them, like by likes or comments or whatever. And then we'll do like a $20 gift card or a $25 gift card or something that we'll send to them, because sometimes, you know, oh, I only lost 2 pounds, but holy crap, I lost 10 inches and like, look at my before and afters. They look completely amazing, you know, and like, we know like your body changes and muscle definition and stuff like that. So we do like a little prize for somebody that has an awesome transformation too. So now is like the time that we start promoting, because usually it takes 6 to 12 exposures, 15 exposures for somebody to like really be like, okay, I'm interested. So like we need to start promoting for the health bet like now, or like Sunday, maybe Sunday night post, Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Throwback Thursday, you know, all awesome opportunities to promote for this health bet, and really get people in and signed up like by the end of the day on on March 1st. Now, I think we've done it in the past where we've let people, let's see, March 1st is Sunday, Monday is the 2nd. So we'll probably close out enrollment, like, I would say probably by the end of the day on March 3rd. That's a Tuesday. And then that gives us 4 full weeks of everybody in the group, and it gives us the opportunity to like hit Success Club early in the month on March too. And like really just inflate that pot until the end of the day on the 3rd, and then we'll cap it. And then I don't like to continue to bring people in after that because then it gets confusing and it's hard to track everybody that's coming in. So we'll probably just roll with that, and that gives us a good 2 in a couple days, few weeks to promote for that. So typically when I'm promoting for a challenge group, I sit down with my social media calendar and figure out, you know, and whether you're using the Rise Up planner or the Make Chic Happen planner, or this super simple, basic, like I'm a pen and paper girl, this thing that I like to print out and use for my social media. I like to sit down and write out like days that I'm going to promote this, days that I'm going to invite, days that I'm going to do follow-ups. And we're obviously going to talk about it in our current challenge groups and get our current people involved. We usually just do a team-wide group, and we may just do a separate Facebook group for this or a separate message thread. But if there's like 40 people participating, a message thread is kind of overwhelming. So we may just put it in a separate Facebook group, or we may just run it in our current Facebook group. Or if you have your own people in your own group, you can keep them in your own message thread, but just let them know they're plugged into the group, or they're plugged into the pot. So we know that like Sunday nights are great nights to post on social media, and they get a lot of engagement. People are going back to work. Maybe they're like feeling frustrated about some decisions that they made over the weekend, or they're like, I really need to start something Monday. Sunday nights are a good night to post. Transformation Tuesday is always a great time to post on social media. I've found that I get a ton of engagement on my stories on Thursdays on Instagram. So I know that I want to do like a call to action on Thursday night. So usually that's a throwback Thursday or some kind of a post. But what I found is if you feel like you're overwhelmed from like, I cannot physically like invite 20 people a day. Like that's way too many people. I feel like overwhelmed, I get behind, and then I get frustrated. Then just plan your invite days 3 days a week, and then plan your follow-up days the other 3 days a week. So like maybe you do your Sunday night post and you're like, okay, Monday, I'm going to invite 10 people from that post on Monday. What I like to do is I like to sit down with a notebook and write the names of people that have liked or commented on my post. And then I just go through and I put a check mark by them when I've sent them a message. And I'm like, hey, I saw you were, thanks for the love on my post. Just wanted to let you know, like, in case you were interested, this Health Bet group is awesome. Like, we do a big cash pot. If you're interested, I can send you more information. Would you like details? Boom, like super simple message, done. And then it's either a yes or a no. Send them details. These are workouts. This is nutrition. This is what we do. And then kind of just build into that conversation. So like Sunday night post, talking about Health Bet. Monday, I'm going to do my inviting from that Sunday night post. My goal is to like get to those people that are interested. If I don't, I'm going to just carry them over to the next day. And then Monday, I'm just doing doing my regular social media stuff. I tend to do my coaching posts on like Mondays and Wednesdays, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then my call to action posts for my challenge groups on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. So what I do with my social media calendar is I write that out. Like I write, okay, coaching call to action. I write Transformation Tuesday. I write Throwback Thursday. Maybe Transformation Tuesday, I feature somebody on our team that has a really awesome transformation lately. Thursday, I do one of myself, a Throwback Thursday. Like, oh my gosh, this is how I used to feel. This is how I feel now. Fearless Friday, I talk about coaching. Saturday, I don't usually do a ton of call to action posts on Saturday just because it's Saturday. But I know that like a lot of moms are sitting around watching their kid play sports, scrolling their phone on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoons. Sometimes that's a good time to throw a post out there. And then I know that Sunday night is always a big one. So I kind of just repeat that pattern for the next couple of weeks. And And I challenge you to try that this week. Try, just doing your invites on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and doing your follow-ups on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And that kind of just takes a little bit of stress off of like, I have to invite 25 people a day. If that works for you though, don't change it. But so that's my plan this week, is to really just talk and ramp up this health bet. Really just like put feelers out there, kind of get a vibe on like, how are you doing on your goals so far this year? What are you working on? Anything you're struggling with? Because this is kind of the time, like February, what is it? Like February 7th or something is like the day that most people quit their New Year's resolutions or something and like stop working on themselves or get caught up in, the Valentine's Day, foodie, candy, going out, drinking, all that stuff, and kind of forget about taking care of themselves. So kind of just getting back into that. I did create some stories, nothing fancy, just some super basic templates. I am going to work on stories for the health bet this weekend, and get those put up in the team page that we can all use. If you're subscribing to the Mompreneur Challenge group stuff, she did put some health bet stuff in there from this past month, but I don't think feel free to use it if you want to. I personally am not going to use it. But Unfold is an amazing app for creating stories. You can create them on Canva on your laptop or on the Canva app on your phone. I use WordSwag to kind of create some images as well. Or you can just do super basic stuff in your stories and it doesn't have to be anything fancy either. But I think we're pretty good about sharing what works for us, and here are some stories you can use and blah, blah, blah. So if you're creating anything, feel free to share in the team page. I will be doing the same. And really just kind of working on hitting those like main points this week on like refocusing, getting back in the habit. I personally don't like to post about like, get into your swimsuit body by the summer, because I think that's like super cheesy and like sometimes like offensive, and like, so that's not my edge that I use this time of year, but I do talk a lot about confidence and like feeling confident in your body. And I think unfortunately, like that is still something that like happens to so many of us, that like it's in the back of my mind, like, oh my God, I got to get in a swimsuit in 2 months. Like I need to do something. So just that confidence as like summer approaches, and like, just talking about better habits and better nutrition and self-love and like getting into a routine that's not only good for your body, that's good for your mind too. So any questions?
I have a random question that's not exactly on this topic, but just in the question of how you do it, I cannot for the life of me figure out how to use Instagram or Facebook stories where it doesn't keep cutting me off. Like you guys ramble on these awesome topics for multiple slides and I can't figure out how to use it. So random question, how does that work?
Just this week, like because it used to be like 10 stories or something, and it was like 2 some minutes. They've been cutting off at 4 this week. So like you get a minute and then you're done. And that sucks because like, you're right. Like I tend to ramble and like, it's really,
I didn't mean that in a bad way. I meant that in a good way, but I don't know how to figure it out.
Right. But like, that's super frustrating. So 2 things, you can either record a video and then upload it, and like Instagram will cut it into 15-second clips. Or you can there's an app called Cut Story that you can record a video and it will cut your story into 15-second clips. Or you can record a video and upload it to IGTV. Do we still have IGTV? I haven't even looked because I know a couple weeks ago I didn't have IGTV.
Yeah.
I don't think I have IGTV.
It just kept like, it would like post, like I would try to post it. It would look like it was cutting it up, but then it would just like redo the same clip over and over again. Like it would show, I don't know how it would jump. It didn't like jump to the next part of it. I don't know if I'm just really having a confused moment on it, but
Were you on the hands-free setting?
I
Hand-
believe it is.
Yeah, hands-free is what used to let us ramble for 8 to 10, and then now they cut it off at 4. Even if you pre-recorded just using your camera.
Yeah, 'cause that's usually what I do. I record it on my camera and then I was trying to post it and it, I don't know.
Yeah, if you go over 60 seconds, I think it would still cut off. I think whatever you have to say, you just have to say it in 60 seconds and then stop. Like I rambled last night about cleaning, and I knew it kind of warns you when it's coming around that 4th story, it turns like a bluish gray, like you're running out of time. And so I'll be like, also, and then I'll stop and I'll upload it, and then I'll do like a whole nother 60 seconds. But it is something that changed in the last week, literally.
Are they both, Instagram and Facebook, they both give you a 1 minute timeline for that?
My stuff just beams across to Facebook.
I don't know.
For me,
Like that's the other thing. With Facebook, it looked like it should just keep going, but mine doesn't. It just like I don't know if I'm just setting it something wrong in there or what, but it just keeps
my Instagram is business, so it
mine is too.
posts over to my like page. I'd probably make way too much work for myself, but I have a setting on Instagram to save all my 15-second clips, and I literally take those from my phone and put those on my Instagram personal page. But that's like extra steps you don't have to do. I just choose to do it. I think Ashley taught me that trick. She's like, make sure you save your stories so you can cross post them. But I think Instagram's doing some changes. When I go to my personal thing, Ashley, my IGTV is right. Crap, you can't see it.
Yeah, it's like
Right there in the middle, that little gray thing.
So what I've found, because it used to be on the home screen, like up at the top in the corner, you have to go like you're going to make a post, and like I think you have to have a preloaded video already. Like I don't know if you can record a brand new IGTV, but like for example, like I have like a minute and 54-second video. Obviously, like your personal Instagram page won't let you upload more than a 1 minute long video unless it's IGTV. So then if you go to like upload, like just to like upload a video, and then go to, let me find a video that's more than a minute. Hold on, what? Okay. And then you go to next. Come on. It will say share as short video or share as long video for IGTV.
Okay.
So that is where I've found.
So where does the IGTV thing get found in here? How do you get that on here? I guess that's my other question.
It'll pop up like on your home screen, that thing in the middle will show you your IGTV videos.
Just that little button.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you use it before or after you record a video?
I don't use it as much as I probably should.
Okay.
Like I think that a lot of people use it for like, you're talking about like my IGTV videos. I did an unboxing of my winter FabFitFun box. I did a Cupid shuffle challenge. I did one about how I found my old Caboodle box. An update on my aneurysm, how to rock your morning routine, talking about your diet and how it's not helping you lose weight. So kind of like keyed topics. But I know a lot of coaches use them like on a day-to-day basis, or like Shaun T will do like a workout video and like upload it to an IGTV, or, like a lot of people that do their own personalized videos. Or like Gary Vaynerchuk will do an IGTV of like him at a speaking engagement or whatever. So Instagram likes IGTV videos. They tend to like show them more in people's feeds and stuff. I just am like, I get stumped with like, what should I talk about? Like, what is important that somebody would want to watch a video of me for more than 27 seconds on, you know.
Exactly.
My life is boring. Nobody wants to watch me talk for 7 minutes. So
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where it is because I'm trying to figure out on my little page here. Like, there's no button that on mine. So
I wonder
Oh.
if how many followers do you have? I wonder if it's like a thing. That,
I'm
I
a
don't-
newbie.
I don't think it'll show up until you've made an IGTV video.
Uh-huh.
Well, how do you find that?
Okay, so this is my phone, so I can't look at it right now. But I don't know. But mine I haven't always had one until I started uploading to IGTV. I'm helpful.
Okay. Well, it's a start. I'm like, mine doesn't have it at all, so I'm not really sure.
You
Just
can't have
upload
one
it
until
to
you
the
make
video.
one, but you can't make one until you have one.
don't know.
Just
It
find
might-
something you want to talk about for a couple minutes and just record it on your phone, and then, like Ashley just said, upload it to Instagram. It'll ask you, do you want
Yeah.
this story or video, and then it'll get the ball rolling.
There you go.
We'll
Emily put
try
the
to
pieces
figure it
together.
out.
Like, so like Ashley, you're like relatively new to like posting about your like fitness journey and like stuff like that. Like that might be a great topic to talk about. Like how do you actually get started and like how do you actually like keep a consistent habit? Because so many people don't know how to do that. Like don't know how to continue to be consistent, you know? And like maybe you talk about that you have a community and maybe you talk about that like you don't have to do it alone and like, you know, that you just were tired of, you know, like I was tired of starting and restart, you know, like I just wanted to finally find something that worked, you know, kind of something kind of like that. So that might be a good little
Sure.
introductory, like to your IGTV community. And that's even something that you can post on your personal Facebook page too.
Sure.
Like, I mean, Facebook loves videos and they love showing them in people's feeds. So
Perfect. Well, thank you.
yeah.
Sorry, I feel like that's kind of a ramble of random question, but
This social media thing, and I know that like the Rise Up and the Make Sheep Happen planners kind of have similar things, but like you can actually like check off the boxes on the bottom too. Like, okay, something to post on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And sometimes I post different things on my Instagram than I do on my personal Facebook page than I do on my business page. And like maybe I should make a video this week about the health bet and post that on my IGTV. Like that would probably be a sensible thing to do. And that might be something we all should do. Talk about the health bet because it's a lot easier we were just talking about this morning. It's a lot easier to convey your message sometimes in a video than it is for someone to read it in a post and interpret it however they want to. So sometimes if I feel really passionate about something, I used to do a ton of live videos on my business page every Tuesday, Tip Tuesday or something like that. And I stopped doing it and I don't know why. Maybe I'll get back to that this week. Anyway. Team Cup, make sure you have your point tracker thing. You're crossing off boxes. If you hit Success Club, you get a tank top. If you hit Success Club and you have not yet hit Success Club this year, you get a tank top from Beachbody for hitting Success Club. But this month, you also get a tank top for 10 rounds. So it's like a double bonus. And then if everybody on your team hits Success Club, then you get a sweet Beachbody duffel bag. And then rank advancing is big as well. So whether you're rank advancing from coach to emerald, from emerald to ruby, from ruby to diamond, diamond to star diamond, you're going to get those rank advancement points. And your coach is going to get points for you rank advancing as well. And so your whole team is going to benefit from the points that you get, and it's just a win-win for everybody. So, so big focus on just really inflating that pot and getting people engaged. And this is a good time to go back and follow up with people who have been interested last month but didn't sign up. Oh, now I have some extra incentive for you to sign up this month because we're doing a health bet. Yeah. So I think that's all I have.
Weren't you paying for people's entry if they bought challenge packs? Did you already touch on that?
Yeah. So I if they are purchasing a brand new challenge pack for the health bet, I was going to waive their $10 entry. And by waive, I mean, like, I'm going to put $10 in the pot for them, because that's not fair to just put them in there without putting $10 in the pot, you know?
Okay.
So, and like I said, like, you could probably, and if you're somebody that's like, I don't want to do that for everybody, then don't. Just do it for 1 or 2 people or 3 people or whatever. But I did that for some. If they are like, absolutely, I'm not using Shakeology, like, I just want to purchase a BOD membership or whatever, great, then you're putting your $10 in the pot. Like, that's, so we will, I will get a Google Sheet out this week, so that way we can all access and edit as we have people that are like, yes, sign me up. I have a document, and I have a document that details, like, that we send to them. This is how you take your pictures. This is how you do your weigh-in. This is how you do your, we've never made it a requirement for people to do measurements, but we encourage them to, because like I said, your body changes a lot with measurements and not necessarily a lot with weight. So I think for their personal benefit, to have a set of measurements. So
one more thing while we're all still here, minus Amanda. Don't forget the coach test drive this week. So if you haven't filled out that form, I'll post it again in the team page. You can talk about anything. You can talk about why you coach for the extra accountability. You can talk about being a new coach. You could post something. You could post your transformation. Like, you don't have to get on and do a live video if that's not what you're comfortable with. But I think the more of us that are in there with our faces, the more successful that it is. And people can see that. So I will post that again on the team page. And that kicks off on Monday. So between today and tomorrow, we'll open up the group and we will start adding people. What?
Are we going to use that same group? I think we should use that same group.
Okay.
And then I think maybe we just wipe out some of the content that's in there and just start from scratch, because all those people that are in there, like, if they haven't signed up as a coach yet, well, guess what? You're going to get all content again, because we're going to tell you how awesome it is to be a coach. So maybe you should Booty and Gary.
With some more people. No, I think that's great.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's grab a selfie and then we'll call it.